All right, welcome. In this video, I am going to teach you how to nail... Has it been 3 seconds and someone's already fucking interrupted me? Jesus. I'm going to teach you how to nail sales calls, but not just fucking nail them like you would have nailed your high school crush, because whatever that girl looks like, whoever you're thinking about right now, I guarantee you wanted to nail her, and because you were too much of a bitch, instead of going up and talking to her, you were sitting in the corner or perhaps on the other side of the table and you did nothing. And I don't want you to do that again. I want you to start nailing things in life, starting with sales calls. So, in this brief but effective PowerPoint, I'm going to show you exactly how I personally handle sales calls to get clients and how you can literally copy and paste what I do. So if after this video you get a sales call and for whatever reason you don't sell them, or at least get something out of it, like ideally some progress, you're a fucking idiot, because I'm going to spell it out for you. My editor has done his job. I'm not going to say how he's done his job, but these two are going to be working synonymously so that you can see the screen as you can see me, okay? Let's jump into this. How to nail sales calls like your high school crush, consensually, because I know some of you motherfuckers are weird. So I just have to put that disclaimer out there in case in 3 years' time, the feds try and get me on this video. So it's consensually, okay? Firstly, what is a sales call? Now, if you're brand new to this and you've never heard of copywriting or you've never heard of a service-based business, a sales call is, to put it as dumbed down as possible, is literally in the name. You are hopping on a call with a prospect or someone you want to work with and you are trying to sell them. Now, traditional sales is knock on doors, fucking talk to people, or meet in person and speak over a big boardroom, etc., etc. That isn't the case. A sales call is basically the same, just on a fucking Zoom meeting. So you know Zoom in lockdown when everything got shut down and all your schools went fucking AWOL and everyone had to do everything on Zoom? That's what you're going to be doing these calls on, okay? And it is basically the first touch basis to build some rapport, some genuine rapport, not some text message rapport, some genuine rapport between you and the person you're going to be trying to sell, aka the client, okay? Now, I get this a lot, which I don't know why, but I'm going to say it again anyway for the sake of it, because I'm so fucking nice. These are extremely necessary. Now, you can take this from me, and I'm willing to die on this hill. So someone says, no, you can sell in the DMs, it's not necessary to hop on a call, whatever, fuck them. I'm not listening to them, listen to me. You should always be trying to sell on call. Now, it is possible to sell in DMs, I'm not going to say that, but it's extremely difficult. Every sell I've ever made, every client I've ever gained, every prospect I've ever turned into a full-time retainer client that pays me thousands of dollars every month has come from hopping on a sales call, talking to them, convincing them to work with me, and then starting work with them. It's never ever been sending them a DM or doing it over email or sending pigeons or any of that bollocks. You get on a sales call every single time, okay? One, because it builds trust. People are familiar with faces. You trust me because you can see my face. If I was just a blank screen and I was speaking, yeah, I might be able to compendiously help some of you and perhaps even sell some of you, but for the most part, it's a lot easier if I just get my face out on camera and show you my face. Humans like faces, okay? So it builds trust. Secondly, selling is way fucking easier on call. Okay, like I said, DMs, it's one thing, but you can't speak to them, you can't judge how they're feeling, you have to kind of just go off the DM, and they don't trust you, you're a stranger, so if you can get on a call, you can show to them you're a normal person, okay? Super fucking easy. Never try and sell anyone in the DMs, because selling someone in the DMs is like, I don't know, being a white girl going solo traveling and not getting molested in India. Like, it's basically impossible. Like, if you're a solo traveler and you're a girl and you go to India, like, you're getting harassed, end of the day, okay? So the chances of you doing any sales in the DMs is basically non-nigh omnipotent. It's not gonna fucking happen, all right? Always, always, always try to get on a sales call, okay? I don't care what these geeks are saying. I don't care what you're saying when some fucking dude's like, oh yeah, but I've got the DM script and you can just send this DM and they'll be sending you money. It's not how it works, okay? It's bollocks. If you want to sell someone, you're gonna have to get on a fucking sales call, all right? Before we get going, I know some of you are thinking this, it's really scary. Please, I was scared when I started, but I'm gonna drill this into you. Do not be a pussy, because as daunting as it sounds, maybe on your first sales call, maybe you've had one, maybe you've got one coming up. I guarantee some of you have a sales call coming up, and that's why you looked up this video. I'm speaking to you. It ain't that daunting. Don't be a pussy. To put it in perspective, I guarantee you are sitting down in your home, speaking on a screen to a person that is so far away from you that if their city got blew up by a nuke, you wouldn't even fucking hear it, feel it, or be damaged by it in any way. Like, it's so inconsequential, so don't worry about it, okay? You're just having a conversation with someone. It's not that deep. It's like speaking to me, okay? You'll be really comfortable speaking to me. It's just another stranger, okay? They want to be there, you want to be there. You can help them, they know that you can help them. It's very amicable. There's nothing weird about it, there's nothing scary about it. Just take it chill, all right? Now, that is kind of hypocritical. When I had my first sales call about 13 months ago, I did pace up and down my room for about 10 minutes and then go and neck 3 Superbox in preparation of the call because I was shitting myself. But I am now in a position to tell you that you don't need to shit yourself. Don't be a pussy. Don't be like this fucking gaylord. Just take it chill. It's a sales call. They happen. You'll be fine. All the nerves you have will go away when you're 5 minutes in. You realize that nothing's going to scare you. It'll be all right. Okay? Now, before I even tell you how to do the sales call, there's some things you need to do first. This is important. Most people don't do this. And it guarantees that 30% of the time, the person you're meant to have a sales call with isn't even going to fucking show up. So, when you have a sales call with someone, this is important. Don't just hop on the sales call. People have lives. People are busy. People forget things. So what I try and do every single time I have a sales call with someone is before the sales call, maybe like 30 minutes ahead of the call, I'll just send them a quick message. Something like, hey, I mean, don't say that, but say something like, hey man, look forward to speaking to you in 30 minutes, speak soon. Or hey man, look forward to the call, speak soon. Okay? And that is only to remind them you have a call. I have calls booked all the time. Sometimes I miss calls. I guarantee if I had a message from someone that had told me, oh, by the way, we have a call in 30 minutes, I wouldn't have missed it. But because they didn't remind me and I've got other things going on, like other clients making videos, telling whoever the fuck this is to go away, I wouldn't have missed the call. So into every single sales call, bar none, send them a message beforehand. It doesn't have to be long. Just, hey man, speak in 30 minutes, see you then, boom, send off. They'll probably see it, they'll go, oh yeah, we have a sales call, brilliant, okay? Because that in itself will avert 30% of people not showing up, okay? 30% of all sales calls, okay? Now, there's 6 parts to this. I've broken up into 6 parts so even a retard can figure this out. Each one is imperative. Do not miss any of them, do not skip any of them, because if you do, you are not gonna get it, okay? So buckle in, listen up. I hope this is you. Listen up. Okay, fucking concentrate. Part 1, before you even get on the call, again, you need to do what's called due diligence. Now, this isn't a sales skill in itself. It's not really going to help you so much sell them, but it's going to prevent any potential blindside fuck-ups that might come up. So, by due diligence, I mean do your background checks on them. So, I'll give you an example. If I am trying to sell a golf coach on email marketing and he has an email list and he's trying to sell programs to his fucking following and he's not getting anywhere, etc., etc. Before I get on the sales call with him, I'll do my due diligence. That means I'll find out basic information about him. Where is he from? How old is he? How long has he been in the industry? What golf club does he go to? What clubs does he use? Does he have any sponsors? Write this all down, by the way. I'd go through that basic info so I know who he is as a person and his basic general background. Secondly, I go through the history of whatever he's trying to sell or the business he's in. So if you're on a sales call with someone and they're a golfer, obvious example, I would try and figure out when they got their pro card, when they became eligible to teach, when they started their Instagram page. That's a fucking good one. I know you're used to scrolling up and down and stalking your fucking high school crush's Instagram page. Instead of doing hers, go through your prospects. Go through your prospects' Instagram, scroll all the way to the bottom, see when their first post was. When did they join Instagram? 2019, 2020? 2023, are they brand new to Instagram? If they're brand new to Instagram, you can say, oh yeah, I've just come across your posts, but you know, I've seen you've been around since early 2019. Okay, that may not seem like much, but when they hear that, they're gonna think, okay, this guy actually gives a fuck. because no one else actually scrolls down my Instagram page and sees how long I've been on the app. No one cares. They just want my money. But this guy knows. So he cares. So do your due diligence. Go down to, that's a free one for you. There you go. That's a free one. Go to the bottom of their page, see what they're about, see how long they've been on Instagram. And then just some taboo knowledge. Now, this doesn't mean be weird, okay? This doesn't mean come up with something that you shouldn't know about them and you've managed to find out. Like, go on their Facebook page and find out what their ex-girlfriend's fucking nipple size was. Not like that. Like, some taboo knowledge that you would have to do some digging for. For example, if I was trying to pitch a golf pro and I wanted some taboo knowledge on him, it would be something like the name of his dog or the breed of his dog. Maybe his dog is in one of the frames in one of his pictures or in one of the videos. I'd be like, oh, I saw you have a golden retriever. I have a golden retriever too. What's yours? I don't have a golden retriever. Oh, what's yours? Yeah, Ellie? Oh, my name is called Dora. Oh, they'd be some bullshit. But come up with some taboo knowledge, again, so that they can tell that you've done your due diligence and you care about them, okay? Also, this is important so that you don't get blindsided. The number of times I have been on a sales call and they've thrown something at me which they would expect me to not know, and I've fucking hit the tennis ball back at them and I've known exactly what the answer is and saved me that call, I cannot put into words. So, for example, if it was in the golf course situation, the golf pro, he would say, oh yeah, so you know where I play? You know my club? Yeah, you play East Sussex National. I saw that. He'll be like, I didn't expect you to know that. Interesting. And that will be all it takes, okay? Because they'll do this. People are going to test you on sales calls. It's not just hippy-dippy, Most of the time it is, but sometimes they'll try and throw something at you, okay? It's like when you talk to that girl, your high school crush, and she like fucking says something. Oh, so what do you do? Are you good at sports? Like the other guys I'm trying to fuck? No, you're a nerd, idiot. But if you say, yeah, I'm actually like an ex-hockey player, she'll be like, oh, really? Do some taboo knowledge on them, get a bit of history on them, get your basic info out of them, okay? Part 2, the first 5 minutes. Now, I want to enact this to make it easier. So, you get on the call, bang, opens up. They're right there. They're on the fucking screen right now. The first 5 minutes is basically rapport building chit chat. It isn't of any importance. It's just to show that you're a human, you speak English, you haven't got some thick Indian or Tasmanic Mackie fucking accent, and you're a normal person, okay? You look like you do in your profile, etc., etc. So just talk about some random BS bullshit back and forth. How are you? Blah, 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 blah. Maybe crack a joke if you're really about it. I try and crack a joke. And the reason for that is because it shows some humor. Humor alleviates most stressful situations. You ever notice that? Like if you're at a funeral and like someone's being put down into the ground, you're like, 6 foot, and you spoke to your mate, it's like, you're not 6 foot, you're short as fuck. Like, it just alleviates the stress in the situation, okay? So, back and chat, like, back and forth, chit-chat, etc., etc. Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Where are you calling from? America. Oh, really, America? Yeah. Oh, I hear loads of people in America are really fat. Yeah, they are really fat. How about you? I'm from the UK. Oh, I hear everyone in the UK gets stabbed. Yeah, they do get stabbed. Something to just, like, talk about, conversate for a minute, okay? Before you just jump straight into business. Don't just jump straight in. Hi, yeah, so I can do this for you, it's gonna cost $3,000. Don't do that. Okay, that's weird. Have some chit chat, first 5 minutes. Part 3, control the frame, super important. Now, if you've never been on a sales call before, listen up. 9 out of 10 times, when you get on a sales call, after the 5 minutes of chit chat, the first thing they're gonna say is something along the lines of, so, tell me about your experience, or tell me what you've been doing, or how did you get into this, or how can you help me? Now, there are ways you can go about this, but I've nailed it down to this sort of system, so fucking pay attention. If they ask you this question, which 9 out of 10 times they will, you should say for about 30 seconds your experience. So if they say, brilliant, so Tom, tell me about your experience, how can you help me? I'll be like, brilliant, okay, so my name's Tom. I've been doing this for about 13 months now. I've worked with these brands. I've done this for them. I usually do email marketing. That's my specialty, which is why I'm going to try and help you with, do it with you. Blah, 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 blah. And then after about 30 seconds, this is important, after about 30 seconds, I will break what's called interviewer mode. And the reason I call it interviewer mode is because they are just going to start pummeling you with questions if you don't break the loop. They'll ask you, what's your experience? And then they'll ask you, how can you help me? And they'll ask you, what would you do here? And they'll ask you, why can I trust you? And they'll ask you, who have you worked with? And if it's like that, you're just going to lose. You can't let it get like that. So you need to break interview mode. Now, the way I do this is by using this fucking line. I'll be answering some questions, I'll say a bit about me, and then halfway through one of my questions, I'll say, right, so before I go on, is it all right if I just ask you a question so I can answer effectively and make sure that I'm actually going to be able to help you in the first place? Something very, very simple. Okay, make sure we're on the same page. So it would be like, okay, so my experience, I've been doing this for 13 months, I work with brands like you. Basically, I do email marketing. That is kind of my gist. Writing emails is my craft. But before I get into the other things I'm able to do and the things I've worked with and the clients I've worked with, is it all right if I just ask you a couple of questions? Is that okay? And almost all the time, because people love speaking about themselves, they'll say, yeah, of course, go ahead. What questions do you have for me? Ooh, the attention's on me now. This works great with chicks. Oh, the attention's on me now. Yeah, sure. What would you like to ask? That's how you get out of interview mode. Okay, that's part 3, but that's super important. You're controlling the frame. You're not letting them run away with the conversation and you dragging behind with your balls scraping on the ground. Don't let that happen. Control the frame, okay? Once you have said that, I'm puzzling this out for you. If you don't fucking listen up, you are genuinely a dickhead. I'm going part by part here, so pay attention. Once you've said that and you've broken interview mode, you need to jump into the questions you're going to ask them. Now, the questions you're going to ask them in the industry are called hit questions. I don't know why they're called hit questions. Some fucking idiot came up with that. But these are the questions, okay? And they're very precise. So if you're going to ask questions, ask these ones, all right? First question. What made you get into this? What made you start the brand? What made you start the Instagram account? What made you start posting content? What made you get into the industry? Something like that, okay? Where do you want to be a year from now? So, brilliant. You're doing this, you're fucking selling programs, you're doing great, the brand's going well, etc., etc. Just hypothetically, so that I have an understanding and see how I might be able to help you. Where would you like to be a year from now? So we're here now, maybe we're selling 10 grand a month, cool, to just old women, okay? But the old women are going to die, right? There's only so many 75-year-olds that play golf on weekends. They're going to die. You need to change your base. Where do you want to be from a year from now? Do you want to increase your customer base? And they'll say, oh yeah, actually, I do want to increase my customer base, blah, 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 blah. Okay, awesome. And then you say, what's stopping you? So they've said where they are, they said where they want to be, and then you've asked them what's stopping them from doing that. Now, is this manipulation? Yes, but fuck it. You say what's stopping you, and then they themselves are going to have to tell you the reason why they aren't where they currently are, which opens them for attack. Okay? It gives you an opportunity to sting them with your solution. So, you ask them, what's stopping you? Oh, well, we tried this and it didn't work, and then we tried this, and then we tried to sell to more 75-year-old grannies, but they're basically all fucking dead, and so we're running out of people to sell to, whatever. We're running out of people to sell to, and so we're trying to figure out how we can sell to other people, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, completely, I understand. You know, there aren't that many 75-year-old grannies. They're all going to die one day. You know, how are you going to run a business if you're only selling to these fossils? And then you go, yeah, it's annoying. And then you go, okay, yeah, I understand that. What happens if you don't fix that? And they're like, what do you mean? Like, okay, well, hypothetically, say that you expire all the 75-year-old grannies. What if you don't find any more? What if that's it? What if your entire customer base is fucked and you can no longer sell golf lessons to these old fucks and you have to somehow find someone else, but there's no one else to find? Like, what happens then? And they'll probably say, oh, well, you know, I don't know. Like, you know, we'd run out of money and the business would go down. And because the business goes down, I wouldn't have any money for my family, and my family would starve, and my wife would leave me, and I'd die, and all my children would go. Like, you need to paint the picture as bad as possible for them. And what this is doing with these questions, which are in a specific order, by the way, so don't try and mix and match them. You're not that fucking clever. Listen to me. What this is doing is it's taking them through an emotional roller coaster. And as you know, in the world of sales, people buy on emotion and justify with logic. But if they're going to buy, you're going to have to get them emotional, which is why you ask them these fucking questions. These are foolproof. Okay? So, emotional roller coaster. You ask them where they are. They're here. Okay, brilliant. Awesome. What did I say? You're here. Okay, where do you want to be a year from now? Okay, well, a year from now, we want to be up here. We want to be killing it. We're making loads of money, selling to not only 75-year-old women, but 75-year-old men, and maybe some 65-year-olds too. We're only making loads of money. Business will be booming. More product will be coming in. I'll be selling more. I'll be bigger on social media. I'll be making more profits, higher revenues, blah, 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 blah. And you say, okay, brilliant. So they're up here. Emotionally, they're up here. They're fucking gassed. And then you say, okay, what's stopping you? And then the realization kicks in. Okay, well, that's going to take some doing, so yeah, that'd be kind of difficult, but we try and do this, and I reckon we could figure it out, but it might take a bit of time. So now they're down here. And then you say, what happens if you don't fix it? And then they start thinking, well, if I never fix it, well, then I'll stop making money, and before you know it, I'll have no money to give to the family, and my family will starve, my wife, she'll leave me, and then I'll be fucked and have no money whatsoever. And all of a sudden, what you're doing is, you're taking them from this pretty neutral place to the absolute best of the best possibilities, where it'll be from a year from now, and then you're telling them, what if you never fix it? How bad can things get? We've said how good things can get, but how bad can things get? And you're taking them on this absolute fucking emotional roller coaster, which is ensued by them, because you're just asking questions. They're telling you what's going to fucking happen, okay? This is powerful, and this is why it works. God forbid a woman gets on a fucking sales call with me. It is game over. But it works so well. The emotional roller coaster you can take people on by asking these 4 questions is unrivaled. So you ask them a question. How's it going to be a year from now? Up here. Amazing. Brilliant. But what's stopping you? Okay, well this. Okay. And what if it never fixes? Boom. Depravity. Wife leaves him. No more grannies to sell to. Game over. Emotional wreck. Susceptible to be given a solution, aka put money in my bank account, okay? Part 5, price drop. Now, fucking hell, that looks so racist. Price drop. It's like when you go to an Asian buffet and you order everything because you're really hungry, and then the waiter comes and gives you the bill. It's like, rice drop! Anyway. Whatever, ignore the spelling. Now, they're not stupid, okay? Eventually, after you've gone through the hit questions, they're going to hit you with, how much does this cost? Because if they're on a call, please understand, if they're on a call with you, they're prepared to spend money. This is how the world works. They're not going to get on a call and expect you to work for them for free. People have been around, okay? But the key is to make sure that you don't, I've said this before, the key is to make sure that you don't bring up the price. They need to bring up the price. And the reason they need to bring up the price is because if it's their initiative and it's their idea, they're more likely to follow through on it. You really think they're going to bring up something, they're going to bring up an idea in the conversation, they're not believe in it, or at least not follow through on it? No. So if you wait for them to bring up the idea and the conversation of price, they're more likely to be in a situational state where they give you money. Because it's their idea. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So understand, when they get on a call, they're willing to give you money. Simple as that. Wait for them to fucking bring up price. You've taken them through the hit questions, and then they're a bit more conversating, and then eventually it'll get to a point where you say, right, we ready to go? You want to do this? And they'll say, yeah, let's do this. And then this awkward silence will fall upon you. Because believe me, this happens all the time. And in The Wolf of Wall Street, to quote Jordan Belfort himself, the first person that speaks loses. I don't care. I've literally had it where for 20 seconds we're both looking at each other. Because he knows price is about to be brought up and he wants me to instigate it. And I know price is about to come up, but because I'm so fucking smart, I want it to be his idea. So I'll just sit there and not say a fucking word. I don't care how long it takes. Do not speak. Let them bring up price. And eventually they're going to fold and say, all right, so how much is this going to cost? Boom, you're in. It's their idea now. Now money's on the table. Why? Because they introduced money to the conversation, okay? Don't fuck this up. If this is the one thing you take from this, do not fuck this up. It's super important. They need to be the one that brings up price every single time, okay? Because if you bring up price, you're like, okay, you want to do this? You want to do this? Yeah, sounds good, man. I don't want to be fucking depraved and only sell to 75-year-old grannies. Let's go. Let's see what you can do. It'd be like, brilliant. That's going to be $2,000. Okay, that's a lot of money. I know. Like, it doesn't sound as good as if it's their idea. So just shut up. Let them fucking speak about it, okay? Part 6, handling objections. Now, do I have brown lips? Maybe. Part 6, not all of you are as smooth as me. I'm able to sell people on the fucking call like that. Like, they speak to me and they're like, you know what, I fucking believe this guy. yeah, he's going to get me results. They don't have any objections. Like, yeah, give me your bank details. Let me send you money today. Some of you aren't going to be like that, which is fine. I wasn't always like that. Some of the time you're going to get objections. And what objections are basically people not wanting to give you money. Now, there's only 3 main objections. I'm going to take you through all of them because I'm so fucking nice. So pay attention. Objection number 1, it's too much. So money problem. Right, so you've taken them through this. You said your price, whatever, $2,000 a month. They say, okay, that's too much. We can't afford that. Now, what you should say is, oh, okay, no worries. I understand that. What would you be prepared to invest? And they'll say, oh, okay, because again, you're giving them the power now. It's their initiative. They brought up money, and now you said to them, okay, I understand that's too much for you. What would be a good price? Give me a fucking number you are happy and prepared to invest. Again, their initiative. And they say, okay, we could probably do $1,000. $1,000? You've agreed to me, you're willing to give me $1,000. Okay? They say, boom, $1,000. Okay, brilliant. So for $1,000, instead of our original deal of, say, whatever, 3 emails a week and 2 captions and a fucking, I don't know, website redo, I'll only do 3 emails because there's less money. Listen up. I've said this innumerable times, but people fuck it up all the time. When you say a price and it's too much for them, and they pitch you a lower price, for the love of the one above, please do not just bend the knee and go, yep, cool, sounds good, let's do that. Because you are bitching out. That's like going up to your high school crush because you've mustered the courage for once, because I've told you to not be a fucking pussy. You've gone up to her and you've said, hi, Emily, I just thought you were cute, I wanted to speak to you, can we hang out sometime? And she says, hi, yeah, we can hang out. Not tonight though, because Chad's fucking me, but I'm free tomorrow morning. Sound good? And you go, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, okay, yeah, so what, Chad will be fucking you until what, probably 9 a.m. because he'll do 3 rounds on you in the evening and then one round in the morning. Do you reckon we could do 11 a.m.? And she'll say, yeah, see you then, see you at 11. You're bitching out. You've literally bitched out. You can't take that deal. That's disrespectful. Don't fucking fall for that. It's the same here. If you give a price and they say, no, it's too much, I want to do this price, and you give them the same deliverables for the new price, the lower price, you're a bitch. They aren't going to like you as much. They're not going to respect you. Because now they're going to be thinking to themselves, hang on a minute, this dickhead has given me a price for this number of emails, and I've just lowered the price for no fucking reason, disrespected him to his face, and he said, you know what, yeah, let's fucking do it anyway. Imagine walking into a Ferrari dealership saying, I want an Enzo for £1 million, and they say, yeah, sorry, no, it's 2 million. And you say, you know what, fuck it. It doesn't make any sense. You need to follow your deliverables with your price, okay? Whew. I don't know I have to say that so many times, but some people don't get it, okay? So if it's a price issue, just say, oh, okay, this much, whatever, cool, no problem. I'll do this for this. Can we do this for this? For 1,000, I'll do this instead. Brilliant. You've agreed 1,000, we'll do 1,000. Brilliant. Okay, awesome. Okay. Handle objections. I have to speak to my XYZ. Now, you can preempt this. So when you're booking a call with them, ideally you should use Calendly. I'm not going to teach you how to use Calendly. Fucking Google it. I'm not here to help you for everything. Download Calendly, and on Calendly, you can make some questions they have to answer before the call. So you send them over the Calendly link, they book a call. While they're booking the call, you can ask questions. And one of the questions I want you to include in your Calendly is there anyone else that needs to be present to make a business decision? And if they say yes, you can DM them and say, brilliant, okay, the call's going to be here. Will the business partner or whoever you need to help you make this decision be present? And if they say yes, you can say, brilliant, bring them along so that this doesn't happen. And if they say no, then boom, this won't apply, right? They're not going to say, oh yeah, no one else needs to be here for me to decide what to do with my money. And then you say, okay, let's do it. And they say, oh, sorry, I need to talk to my business partner or my wife or my fucking boyfriend or my whatever, okay? Because they said no, all right? So you can preempt this. You can eliminate this one by having the right questions, all right? But for whatever reason, if it does come up, because I'm not going to leave you out hang to dry, if it does come up, you can still negotiate it. Now, 9 out of 10 times, they will say, I need to speak to my business partner, or the worst, I need to speak to my wife because I can't decide what to do with my money because she decides what to do with our money and I don't want to upset her because I haven't had a blowjob in 4 months. 9 out of 10 times, that's how it is, okay? Now, I swear, I gotta call these dudes. It's like, I need to speak to my woman. Fuck off, mate, it's so gay. What I say to this is, okay, completely understand, this is a big decision. Do you think they'd be upset if you made this decision without them? And they'll say, well, okay, upset's a pretty broad term. No, they wouldn't be upset. And I'd be like, oh, okay, and have you spoken to them? Have you discussed the fact that you do need better copy or better email marketing? And 9 out of 10 times I'll say, yeah, it's been in our mind. We've been thinking about it for a while. And you say, oh, okay, so you've spoken about it. You do need it. They're just not here right now. But you've said to me that they need it too. Like, you've agreed mutually off camera that they need this service. And you've agreed to a price with me. So would they be upset if we made a decision now? Because I don't know about you. I'm someone that takes action. I want to help you get results as quickly as possible. If we just meander and give it a week, well, that's going to pose an entire, that's going to set the stage for the entire relationship. I don't want to do that. I want to get things done now. And a lot of the time, they'll say, no, they wouldn't be upset. And after you've agreed with them, the agreeables, and you've said, okay, well, you've agreed that you're going to do it anyway, and we've agreed a price. Can we just go? Like, can you not just make this decision? And a lot of the time, they'll say, okay, let's do it. And even if they don't, my last trump card is, okay, how about this? We go ahead. After this call, I'll record a video basically explaining everything that's going to happen, and you can just send it to them so they're in the loop. Sound good? Most of the time, they'll say yes. Okay, so if they say I have to speak to my wife because she doesn't suck my dick when I ask her, and oh, if I fucking make this decision without her, I'm not going to get a blowjob for 6 months because I'm such a fucking cuck. Send them this, okay? I have to think about it. Now, 9.9 out of 10 times, this is a black swan reason. Now, for those of you that don't know, black swan reasons, black swan events are basically not the truth. Okay, so someone says, I need to think about it. They don't need to think about it. They've been thinking about it for months. They've been thinking about it the whole fucking call. It's just they're too coward to actually admit the reason, okay? So, again, you go up to Emily. Hi, Emily, I think you're really cute. I want to fuck you someday. She says, oh, sorry, I can't. I'm on my period. She's not on her period. It's bullshit, okay? She just doesn't like you. You're fat. You have no money. You're stupid. You're incompetent. She wants to fuck Chad. Chad's got a bigger dick than you. She's not going to say that to your face, though, because she's going to hurt your feelings and she's too insecure and too scared to say it in case you lash out at her. She's going to say, sorry, I'm on my period. She's not on a period. She just likes Chad's dick better than yours, okay? It's a black swan reason. It's not the real reason. So instead, you need to dig deeper, okay? Now, if they say, oh, I need to think about it, say, okay, yeah, I completely understand that. It's a big decision. What exactly is it that you need to think about? And they'll say, oh, I need to, go back and think about it. Be like, okay, no, but is there anything in particular? And then just start listing reasons off for them. Because a lot of the time, people will find it a lot easier if you just give them the answers and they can pick one than if they have to come up with an answer by themselves. So say, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. Is it the price? Is it the deliverables? Do you think I can help you? Do you trust me? Or is it a bit fishy? Is it something on my end? Like, what is it? And a lot of the time, they'll just give you the fucking reason. They'll say, oh, okay, yeah, it's this. You can say, okay, brilliant. What specifically about this? Okay, I just don't know if I can trust you. Okay, no, that's no problem at all. Let me give you some of the details of my past clients. Let me shoot you over a testimony. What's your email? Okay, brilliant. Email on screen, boom. I've sent you an email. That's a testimony from my past client to show you what he thought about working with me. So I hope that can help breach the trust barrier. But that's all black swan events are. It's just them being too coward and you needing to dig deeper. Because if you flawlessly decapitate their reasons with logic and evidence, like I said, with the fucking testimony, they can't really say no. And if they keep saying, I have to think about it, 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 they're just dickheads, okay? They're just going to be a fucking pain in the ass to work with anyway, all right? So if they do say, I need to think about it, it's a black swan event. Dig deeper, okay? Because there's another reason they just don't want to say it, okay? Maybe some other client has a bigger dick than you. Unlikely in my case, but sometimes it might happen, okay? Right, part 7. This is a bonus, because I'm so fucking kind. Be prepared for all eventualities. Now, what that means is that if you secure the deal with them, They say, yeah, let's go ahead, awesome, boo-ha, whoa, let's get going, let's fucking start making some money, let's get to work. And they agree on $1,000 and there's no objections. Something might still happen. Prepare for all eventualities. Okay, do you take PayPal? No. Okay, well, I can't do invoice because I'm from, I don't know, Turkmenistan. Turkmenistans don't do invoices. We only do PayPal. And I'll be like, okay, well, I don't have PayPal. Okay, well, do you have Bitcoin? No, I don't have Bitcoin. Okay, can I pay half up front, half after? No, because I haven't got that in place on the invoice and it might take me a minute to do that. What's happening here is you're not preparing for all eventualities. What you need to do is prepare for all eventualities. So I do this on sales calls to this day. If someone comes up to me and they say, right, we're ready to go, $2,500 a month, boom, let's do it. I'll say, brilliant, okay. I'll send over an invoice to your email. Do you have an email? I swear, literally a month ago, I was working with someone out of Tunisia. He said, I don't have an email address. You're a business owner, you don't have a fucking email address? How the fuck does that work? Anyway, in my head, I was thinking that. I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, okay, you don't have an email address, do you have a number? He was like, yeah, I have WhatsApp. Okay, okay, shoot it over on WhatsApp. Imagine if I didn't have his WhatsApp. Imagine if I didn't have WhatsApp, I couldn't have sent him the invoice. Wouldn't have made any money. Or, for example, they say, can't do an invoice, I can do PayPal. Okay, good, I have a PayPal account. Boom, here's my PayPal, shoot it to there. Oh, I don't have an invoice, I don't have PayPal. I can only do Bitcoin. Cool, here's my Bitcoin wallet. Oh, I can't do any of those, I can only fucking, I don't know, list things on eBay and buy them. Okay, brilliant. I'm gonna sell this fucking light on eBay for $2,500 under this name at this time. You can bid for it. You buy that, it'll go in my bank account. Maybe one day when I'm famous, I can sell this for $2,500, but we'll see. But you need to prepare for all eventualities, okay? Because a lot of the time, they'll agree, and for some fucking reason, something will happen, and you won't be prepared. That's the way it is. Maybe you'll actually get Emily's attention. She won't be fucking Chad that night. She'll be going home with you. She'll be up in her bedroom. You're literally sat by side with her. She's getting undressed. You're about to have sex. You're kissing. Foreplay's great. You bump legs. You break the fucking the touch barrier. You're snogging like crazy. Shit's going on. Everyone's getting steamy. Everyone's getting hot. Oh, sorry, I don't have a condom. No worries, baby, because I brought one. Prepare for all eventualities. Oh, okay. Bang, you get down, you go on the bed, etc., etc. She says, we can't, my parents are next door. No worries, baby. Got the duct tape out. Stick it on her mouth. Shut that bitch up. Prepare for all eventualities, okay? Now, obviously, don't do that. I don't know why I need to say this, but some of you motherfuckers will actually take duct tape to the next time you're going to fuck a girl. Don't do that. But that's what I'm trying to say. Prepare for the fact that things might not go the right way. Prepare for all eventualities, okay? And then you do post-purchase etiquette. I already have an analogy to link to the fucking copy with Emily. I'm fucking pushing 2 stories at the same time here because I'm so fucking good at this. Anyway, post-purchase etiquette. Say what will happen as soon as they buy, okay? And especially after the call's hung up, right? So, they buy, boom, invoice has gone through. Now, don't just shut, I've said this before, don't just shut the lid, okay? If you just shut the lid, you're gonna fill them with anxiety, okay? I've said this before, if you go to Apple, and as you're buying the phone, etc., the phone's right fucking here, it's in front of you, and the guy gets his fucking machine, and because it's Apple, they don't have desks, they come around and walk with it. He says, right, tap this, you buy it, for a split second, you're gonna be quite uncomfortable. Ooh, that's a lot of money, etc., etc., even though the phone's right fucking here. You can literally hold it as you're paying. Ooh, that's a lot of money. You're gonna get anxiety as you buy things. You need to deal with that anxiety, and the way that's dealt with in Apple is you get the phone immediately and you can go home with it. But on a sales call, you can't do that for them. So what you do is you tell them what's gonna happen as soon as they pay. So they pay, brilliant. You don't just shut the lid. You go, okay, yep, invoices come through. Okay, brilliant. So what's gonna happen now? Over the next couple of days, I'm gonna start making some emails for you. I'm gonna shoot those over to you and you can just revise them so I can kind of understand your tone of voice so that we can get on the right page from the get-go. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go through all your competitors, see what they're doing. I'm gonna go through their email lists, break down their best emails, see what they're selling, see how they're selling it, try and get some inside info, see if I can get any of their analytics and I can compare it to ours when we start sending emails. By the time you give me revisions, I'm gonna make our first email. What do you wanna sell? Okay, you wanna sell golf bags or you wanna sell golf lessons? Okay, you wanna sell putting lessons to the grannies. Brilliant. I'm going to draft an email specifically for 75-year-old grannies. That's going to be our first email. What day is it today? Wednesday? That's going to go out by Friday. So we can start making money as quickly as possible, start booking. So basically, all I'm saying is, you've paid me, here's what's going to happen. And that fills people with so much confidence. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, this guy knows his shit. Right, this is going to happen, then that, and then that's going to happen. And it's all starting to make sense. My investment is actually worth it. My money is being put to work. I hope that makes sense, okay? With the Emily analogy, don't just fuck her and leave, okay? Can I give sex advice on here? I don't think it's reasonable. Whatever, okay? Just, you sleep with her, whatever. You tell her to message you when she gets home, whatever. You make sure she gets home okay. You make sure she has to brush her teeth before she goes home to her boyfriend if you're that much of a G. Whatever, okay? You handle with things after the thing has happened, okay? You don't just kick her out, okay? Do you want coffee? Do you want me to get an Uber home? Let me know when you're home safe, okay? You deal with things afterwards. Post-purchase fuck etiquette, all right? And that's pretty much it. That is how you do sales calls. And fuck your high school sweetheart. I'm so fucking smooth, Jesus Christ. I can't believe I'm doing this. Fucking so smooth. Okay, that was not smooth.